my name is Sarah from Vegan Travel Diaries. Today I'm in the No Meat May kitchen to share with you some of my favorite recipes. I'm Italian background and I've been vegan for 4 years, and going vegan helped me a lot to try to find new things to cook and new alternatives. So today I'm going to show you 3 appetizers that I've turned from Italian to vegan. Okay, so we're starting from what I call zucchini roses. Zucchini, of course. What we're going to do, we just need to, of course, cut the ends off, and then it's really important that every slice is quite thin, not thicker than this, possibly, because afterwards we're going to roll it inside the puff pastry and we don't want them to be too thick, okay? Oh, actually, while I'm doing this, let me just grab my puff pastry out of the freezer. So we can defrost while we are preparing the zucchini. So we're going to keep on slicing our zucchini quite thin. It's gonna take a little bit of time, but it's really important, this process. And the good thing is that with one big zucchini like this, you will be able to do a few roses. Here you have a few of them, as you can see. So what I'm going to do now, we need to cook them a little bit in our fry pan. So I'm gonna get some of my organic oil and put some in my fry pan, just a tiny little bit, not too thick. And when it's a bit hot, we just put our zucchini inside. And I also like to top them a little bit with some herbs. These are just a mix of Italian style herbs. We're gonna add a little bit of vegetable stock, just a tiny little bit. So when they're soft and they get a little bit of color like this, you just remove them from the pan. So the zucchini are ready. So this is how they should look. So about 5 minutes in the pan, and once they're ready, you just put it there and you grab your puff pastry sheet. Right, so now the important thing comes. It's really, really important how big you're gonna cut these stripes. The perfect size will be 6 centimeters. So on this surface, you will probably have about 4 or 5 stripes. So basically, it's about this size. So you're gonna cut 1, all right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 1 sheet of puff pastry. So this is the cheese that we're going to use today for the zucchini roses, BioCheese. You can find this at any supermarket in the vegan section. It's a really good alternative to cheese if you want to try to go vegan this month. This is kind of cheddar flavor and it melts really well in the oven, so that's why I'm going to use this for the zucchini roses, and I'm going to show you how to cut it and just to place it in the stripe. So the good thing about this cheese is that you can also find it already in slices, so if it's going to be easier for you, just buy that one. Otherwise, you just cut really thin slices, maybe just around this thickness, because we're going to need to roll. So 2 slices are enough. So what you're going to do now, you just place them in the upper part of the stripe, and you just leave a little bit of space at the edges, and then you grab your zucchini. And this is really important, so you're gonna place them so that only a little tiny bit is gonna go out from the stripe. And always remember to leave a little bit of space at the edge. And then you just overlay them, and basically you finish at the same spot where the cheese ends. And then next step will be to basically fold it into halves. There we go. And then from here, you just roll. You have to be really gentle when you do this because you don't want your zucchini to fall out. Once you do the first one, it will come easier, but yeah, just do it really gently, and there we go. So for the tray to go into the oven, I just have to prepare with a little bit of melted nutlets. Nutlets is basically a dairy-free version of butter, and you can find it in basically any supermarket. So the puff pastry won't stick. Look, they perfectly fit inside, and the shape avoids them to open up, so it keeps them all together while they're cooking. Here we have our tray. With one zucchini, we managed to do 6 roses. Now we're gonna put them in the oven for about, let's say, 45 minutes at 180 degrees. So while our zucchini roses are cooking in the oven, we can go to the next appetizer, which is my special pillows. Get another puff pastry sheet, and what we're gonna do is cut it into halves, almost. And same thing we're gonna do on this way. And again, we're gonna cut into halves. Don't worry if it's not perfect. They will come out anyway. All right. So this way we're gonna have 8 little rectangles. We are going to put some fillings inside. Mushrooms, spinach, and capsicum. But the special guest for this recipe is this creamy cheese. Of course, it's a dairy-free option, and it tastes very similar, and even the consistency is really similar to the Philadelphia cheese. So you don't have to give up your cheese if you want to try a dairy-free month as well. As you can see, the consistency is really similar. It's really creamy. And we're gonna put a little bit of that in the top part of our stripe. Remember to leave at least 1 centimeter so we can fold it better and easier. We're gonna do a little bit of mixed flavors, and today I only have 3, but you can basically put inside whatever you prefer. So we're gonna start with the mushrooms, and again you have to make sure that they will take the same space on top of the cheese. Don't make it go too out of the stripe, because otherwise we won't be able to actually fold it and seal it. And then a little bit of capsicum, and then some of them I'm gonna put some spinach. All right, next step, this is really important. You have to remember to do this to make them cook easier and better. 2 little cuts on the opposite side, and it has to be in the middle. Don't go too close to the edges. And now we have the fun part. So basically we're gonna fold them, and with a fork we're gonna create a little pillow. So basically you just press and pull so that the upper part and the bottom part will basically melt together. And it looks like a cute ravioli thing. So now we're gonna put them on the tray, and again we're gonna use our melted nutmegs just to give a little bit of color and crispiness. So this can be used as a substitute of egg. If you want to make them look a little bit fancier, you can add a bit of sesame seeds and straight in the oven, 200 degrees, about maybe 10-15 minutes. While they're cooking, we are ready for our third appetizer, which is gonna be eggplant parmigiana. All right, so this version of eggplant parmigiana is a mini version, so we're gonna do little mono portions so that you can serve to our guests as an appetizer or like a finger food, a party food. So we're gonna need an eggplant. Try to find like a long shaped eggplant rather than the round ones, because we're gonna need the slices to fit in the little cocotte. So what we're gonna do here, I'm just cutting what I need, which is basically this part, and I'm gonna peel it. The reason why I peel it is because it's gonna cook better and quicker. Slices, not too thick, but yeah, about half centimeter. We're gonna cook these the same way we've done with the zucchini, just to make them a little more tender and give them a little bit more flavor. So we're gonna put them in the fry pan with a little bit of oil and a little bit of vegetable stock. Now we're gonna have 3 layers made of course, eggplant, tomato sauce, and I'm gonna use this cheese. You can find these at Woolworths, Coles. It's another nice alternative to the dairy cheese if you want to try it. All right, so we start with our sauce. This sauce is already flavored with a little bit of basil and garlic. You can use really any kind of tomato sauce, but I really like this one because it has a little bit of flavor. So we're gonna start with a layer of pasta sauce. Then we're gonna add our eggplant. Then we wanna add a little bit more of pasta sauce. Not too much, just tiny little bit. And our cheese. This one melts really well in the oven, so we just need a layer. And when we keep on going with the last one, we are going to do the opposite. So we do the cheese first, and we're gonna cover everything with the pasta sauce. I'm gonna add a little bit extra flavor with spices. It's still the Italian style spices. And for this recipe, I want to add a little bit of an extra thing that you don't expect. You know, I really love puff pastry. So I found a way to add it also into this recipe. I'm gonna use this to basically cut 2 circles. Again, we want to just do a little cross in the middle, and we're going to cover our cocotte. Again, we're gonna spread a little bit of melted nutmegs. 200 degrees for at least 45 minutes. And there we go, a huge plate full of delicious finger food for your no meat May dinner party. Zucchini roses, pillows, and eggplant parmigiana pies. Thank you for watching.